Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now August 2nd of 2020, and ever since the official release of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, a lot of fans around the world have been very curious about the future of the Star Wars franchise by Disney and Lucasfilm, and exactly how both Bob Iger and Bob Chapek are really going to handle everything moving forward. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the one thing about Disney Star Wars is that, yes, we do know that they are heading in a better direction for the Star Wars fandom to enjoy. What they are essentially doing is that Bob Iger and Chapek are developing multiple plans to really bring back a lot of the lost fans of those who walked away from the sequel trilogy movies. It's pretty much a given fact at this point that when you look at The Last Jedi and even Episode 9, those are the two big movies that made fans walk away from the franchise forever. And now their job, Disney, is to find a way to really get those people back into the theater seats and to actually sign up for Disney Plus to watch these new TV series and to watch these new TV shows in general, to really give them a better understanding that Star Wars is in fact going to head in a better direction for the next couple of years and beyond. Now, here's the thing, is that they really want to make it just as successful as the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's going to take a lot of time and effort. It's going to take a high success rate to get it to such a level. And also, in order to get it to that level, you have to have good fan feedback. The fans have to actually like these things, right? So that's one thing about the MCU that makes it so strong, is that it follows the source material for the most part. With Star Wars, that's what they need to do with the old expanded universe, and that's exactly what they are going to do with some of the TV shows, movies, and more. Now, with that being said, of course, what's rather intriguing all has to do with Kathleen Kennedy, where now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are finished with The Rise of Skywalker, they are currently focused on their new Star Wars universe, as well as their new Star Wars trilogy of films. Currently, it's described that both Bob Iger and Bob Chapek are working very hard behind the scenes in order to create a better future for the franchise. It's described that currently Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy has been stripped away from her creative power over the past couple of months by the higher-ups over at Disney. However, with The Rise of Skywalker, it's noted that Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy created many problems within The Rise of Skywalker film, and that she was the one responsible for causing such problems with the movie. Now, it's noted that during production of Episode 9, Kennedy was the one who called the order to fire Hayden Christensen and let him go from the film by deleting many of his scenes from the actual movie and eventually only using a small line of dialogue of the character. Kennedy did this as she was afraid of the prequels and the criticism they received, and she had a change of heart and did not want to actually make such a mistake to happen with The Rise of Skywalker as a movie and let Hayden Christensen go from the film in order to save Episode 9. However, this turned out to make the film even worse, as many fans were looking forward to Anakin's return at the very end of the Skywalker saga. Now, make no mistake, say what you will about Hayden Christensen in the prequels and the character of Anakin and how he was used by George Lucas. Say what you will about that, that's fine. But let's not, forget the facts here, is that Anakin Skywalker is the story. He is the very center of Star Wars. He is the Skywalker who eventually becomes Darth Vader, who is directly linked to the character of Luke. He is the son of Vader. So you have this character that's in the very center of the saga that was completely ignored in Episode 9, and the fact that JJ and George had Hayden involved in the previous cuts of Episode 9, only for Kennedy to let him go and to fire him, taking him out of the movie, deleting his scenes, all because Kennedy feared that it was going to really be the prequels all over again with a lot of criticism. Meanwhile, The Last Jedi was even worse than that, in my opinion, where that was getting probably the worst criticism by fans since the prequels. If you look at the prequel trilogy, the criticism that it received, I feel that it's not anything near as worse than The Last Jedi's criticism. That's just how I see things, at least. I don't know if you guys agree or disagree. Now, here's the thing, is that Kathleen Kennedy, thankfully, she no longer has creative control over a majority of the Star Wars projects. The only project that she is currently involved in is the Leslie Headland Star Wars TV series for Disney Plus. And this really is going to be a big deal because a lot of fans are seeing this as the Batwoman of Star Wars. It's going to be that bad because they're focusing on all these agendas and activism over Star Wars actual stories and plots and character development. It really sounds like it's going to be a mess, and Kathleen Kennedy is fully in charge of that show. So think about what could have been for episode 9, and we talked about, what they originally wanted to do, with Anakin and such. Imagine that visually, how amazing episode 9 really could have been if it weren't for Kathleen Kennedy. I honestly feel that it would have been one of the most successful Star Wars movies of all time if they just really followed their own instructions. So with that being said, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.